Okay, so to sew something up means to finish that thing. But since you need your body actually sewn up with stitches after surgery, the phrase in our article kind of has two meanings.
Okay, let's move on. The article also says still patients would move around from the pain, which made operating more difficult.
Yes, not many people would survive them. We are very lucky to live in times and places where medicine is much better and easier to get. Okay, so the next paragraph of the article talks about the difficult job that anesthesiologists do. It says, anesthesia is necessary for surgery, so hospitals need plenty of anesthesiologists to avoid overworking them. And yes, they are busy people because they have lots of decisions to make and lots of patients to look after.
Hospitals can't overwork them. 医院是不可以让他们过度操劳的. If they are overworked, which means to have too much work, this could cause problems. The article says that it can be dangerous if the
anesthesiologists
are busy looking after several patients at once.
Yeah, it's a tough word and a very long word to say. Good job if you can manage it. So, the phrasal verb look after means to take care of someone, to make sure they are safe and not in pain. We often use it when we talk about people who are sick, very old or very young, and kind of need someone to help them stay safe because they can't completely do it for themselves.
所以我们说到的 to look after somebody 也就是 to take care of somebody 或者是 care for somebody 照顾照料某个人。另外呢 be busy doing something 是忙着做某事。麻醉师如果忙着一次照顾多位病人是有危险的。You can't make them busy looking after several patients at once.
No, it would just be too difficult.
Yeah, next the article tells us the physical and mental strain could prevent them from giving patients their full attention.
Yeah, if they have too many people, they can only go, okay, I've got to deal with you in like 15 minutes, but maybe really the patient needs a lot more time. So it puts this job, this kind of being busy, causes physical and mental strain. The word physical means to do with the body, while the word mental means to do with the mind. And it also could kind of relate to stress and emotions, as well as just this idea of having to do lots of brain work, okay? It's related to the adverb mentally, so something could be mentally difficult, which means it's very difficult to do a lot of. With mental, we could say someone with a mental illness looks fine, but their brain doesn't quite work properly.
Mental 这个形容词呢，就是心理的。那 physical 也是形容词，代表是身体的。Here we are talking about physical and mental strain.
That's right. When we say strain, we mean very strong demands on someone's abilities. Physical strain could be hard physical work, makes you tired, or it could just be doing the same physical job again and again and again, so much that it starts to cause pain on your back or your arms. Now, mental strain could mean making hard decisions all the time or thinking of lots of things and just not having any time to rest your mind. Think about when you have so much schoolwork to do, you barely have any time to relax and take it easy. This means you're under mental strain.
Strain 是个名词，代表压力。Mental strain 就是心理压力。Be under mental strain 承受心理压力。另外呢 ，to put a strain on something 代表在某事物上面放压力。For example, the bad economic news put a strain on everyone's nerves. 坏的经济消息造成大家的压力。So back to the article. The physical and mental strain we're talking about here are bad for any workers, but for doctors who have to care for others, it's worse.
Yes, because if they make mistakes, it could cause someone to die. The article gives us some facts to explain more about this problem. It says, a 2005 survey found that anesthesiologists in Taiwan worked an average of 60 hours a week, which is a lot. Now here we use the word average to mean the most common number. We could also use it in like a math way. I'll explain that in a moment. Some of these doctors will work more, some a bit less, but the most common number of hours they work is 60. If you were doing the real math, you'd add up all the hours by all the doctors and then divide that by the total number of doctors, and it would end up somewhere around 60. We could also say that something like the average score for students on this test, or the students' average score, the average of students is 84%.
在佩老师给的例句当中呢 ，average 当形容词用 ，the average score 就是平均的成绩。不过呢 ，average 在文章当中当名词用，代表的是平均值。And average of 后面加的数字就是平均之后的结果。2005年的调查结果显示呢，台湾的麻醉师啊，平均一星期工作60个小时，60 hours is a lot.
Yes, I only work 40 hours most weeks, and that seems pretty busy.
Yeah.
Now, the article then goes on and says it's not uncommon for them to cover 4 or more operating rooms at the same time. To cover these rooms means the doctor is responsible for the patients in all the rooms, so that's a lot of patients.
It's also too many for one doctor, as we see in the next sentence, which says, however, medical guidance recommends one anesthesiologist attend only 3 rooms.
Yeah, so it says they should only see 3. Here they're doing 4. The word guidance means advice or information aimed at kind of resolving a problem or a difficulty, especially because it's usually given out by an authority, an organization. It's kind of like a guide saying what to do. It's a bit like the rules. This is what you should do. So this is medical guidance. So it's kind of like the rules or the proper way to work for doctors and nurses. So the guide, maybe there's a book, it says 1 anesthesiologist to 3 rooms. That is a safe number. That's a normal amount of work. So that's what the guidance says. So 1 per 4 rooms, that's maybe too much.
我们这边看到的 guidance， 它当名词是指导、引导。那 medical guidance 就是医学指引。It recommends one anesthesiologist attend only 3 rooms. 医学指引建议一位麻醉师呢一次照顾3间手术室里的病患就可以了。这个句子呢是省略了2个字而来的哦，哪2个呢？是 that 还有 should。原句是这样的 ：It recommends that one anesthesiologist should attend only 3 rooms。在这样的句型当中呢，动词后啊，由 that 带出的名词子句中，可以省略 that， 也可以省略 should。同样的句型呢，还可以搭配另外常见的5个动词，有表示命令的 command， 表示要求的 ask 和 require， 还有表示建议的 suggest， 还有 advice。For example, the doctor suggested I exercise more. 医生建议我多运动。原句是什么呢？ The doctor suggested that I should exercise more. 所以 that 和 should 都是可以省略的。
So we've got this idea, 1 anesthesiologist should attend only 3 rooms of patients. And we can learn why this is a problem in the next sentence. It says this may be connected to the high number of anesthesia-related deaths in Taiwan. So like we said, if doctors are too busy, they can't always focus and concentrate properly, and they may need to make decisions very quickly. And no matter how good you are, people in this situation will make mistakes, and mistakes with anesthetics can be deadly.
没错 ，can be deadly。麻醉师呢，一次照顾太多病人的话是会出事的，所以应该依照医学指引上面说的，一次照顾3间手术室的病人就好了。Let's move on to the next paragraph. It talks about other problems that these doctors face. It says the survey also showed that
Anesthesiologists
often had low salaries and experienced trouble supporting their families.
The word salary means the pay you get for your job. We could also say your pay or your wages. A high salary means you make lots of money, while a low salary means you don't make much. You might move to a different job for a better salary, or maybe if you're good at your job, your boss might raise your salary.
Salary 这个名词呢是薪水，我们可以用 high and low 来形容薪水的高低。High salary 高薪 ，low salary 低薪。Unfortunately, they have low salaries in Taiwan. 台湾的麻醉师呢，通常都只有低薪。And we also see that perhaps due to their poor work-life balance, less than half of them were willing to continue practicing anesthesia.
We have a few things to look at here. First, the phrasal verb due to, which means the same as because of. It's used to give a reason for something or the cause of something.
Due to 代表因为，也就是 because of 这个片语的意思。那 to 跟 of 都是介系词，所以两个片语后面你都只能加名词或动名词哦。那调查显示呢，少于一半的麻醉师愿意继续在他们的工作岗位上 ，and it's due to their poor work-life balance.
That's right. Now here the word balance it means a situation in which two or more different things are equal or at least in the correct amounts. So a work-life balance means the right amount of work and the right amount of not work. So fun, friends, family, hobbies, and so on. We could also talk about a sports team having a balance between trying to score and trying to stop the other team from scoring.
Balance 这个名词呢是平衡、均衡。文章中提到的 work-life balance 代表的是工作与生活之间的平衡。达到工作和私人生活之间的平衡是很重要的。It's very important to strike a balance between work and personal life. 文章中讨论的麻醉师就是工作与生活之间失衡，才不想继续 practice anesthesia.
Yeah, that's another thing we saw in the sentence, the use of the verb practice. The doctors practice anesthesia. Now this just means it's what they do. We often say doctors practice medicine. We use it for lawyers as well. They practice law. It's only really used for those two careers, but it just basically means they do that job.
Practice 在文章中呢，指的是从事某专业性高的职业。Doctors practice medicine， 医生行医；lawyers practice law， 律师执法。那 anesthesiologist practice anesthesia， 麻醉师执行麻醉。
Yes, and the article finishes by saying if all these anesthesiologists quit their jobs, it would cause a major problem for hospitals across Taiwan.
所以如果台湾的麻醉师都辞职了，那是会造成医院很多麻烦的。We all hope that doesn't happen.
Yes, let's treat them better and give them better pay and not make them work so hard.
Better salary, higher salary. And that brings to the end of our 2-day article.
Yep, it's now time for today's For You Chat question.